So another day, another video. Monday today. Home after the fun of yesterday. I don't think Pablo and his goose are going to be out today. So I'm just walking and talking as I do pretty much every day now for my own social development. Bring the eyeballs. Come on, have a look. Traffic. Let's go past the traffic jam just to bring a few eyeballs. Yeah, all I really wanted to talk about today in this video is where quote unquote game. I really dislike the word game, but let's call it game. It's not a game, but where things really start with women, and the approach is just the most trivial aspect of it, really. It's very important to get right, and that's, I think, probably for us as men, it's the trickiest part, actually, because what I personally have always found is easier to be. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Pasa. Ven. Saludos. There we go. Bring the eyes. But yeah, like for me personally, I know I have depth, I know I have character. I know I can actually offer, should we say, guidance. Women struggle with life problems, as we all do, and I can be a good person to definitely to touch bases with and things like that. And I think a lot of guys, once you're actually in something with someone, you really do feel like, you have a natural level of purchase there based on your qualities, essentially. But that very first intro, the girl doesn't necessarily know these things. Well, no, in fact, she doesn't know these things. And so, yeah, for me anyway, I've always found it's almost the interesting part to be that early stage. And so this is one of the interesting things about the modern world, is like where guys often really shine is in their work. And it's almost like now it's almost basically a crime for them to actually pull at work, meet their wife at work. Like the number of people, like doctors and stuff, who back in the day would marry their secretaries, it was almost like 90%, to be honest with you. Yeah, interesting times in that respect. Yeah, and so just going around the corner here. But yeah, the real quote unquote game starts afterwards, when you're in the relationship itself, or you've met the girl now, you're actually starting to see her. That's when it really starts, to be honest. And that's actually where you've got to one of the guys in the group, let's call him Mickey D. Mickey D from Dundee. Was just saying how he'd had some success. It's almost had too much success. Girls like head over heels with him. She's acting a little bit crazy, or just like a little bit too full on, or actually a lot too full on. What do I actually do in this situation? And it's like, well, you've got exactly how you picked up this young lady. You got to continue in the same vein. No bullshit, and going for what you want, not what you think you can get. So not negotiating with, oh well, she likes me, so I better give in to some of these things because otherwise she's not going to like me. No, not the way to go. Not the way to go. We've all done it. No one's above doing that. But yeah, it's not the way to go. You want to just be continue to be unashamedly yourself. So if something makes you uncomfortable, as a men, we're like, we want to be stoic and strong and all this, but if the girl's making you uncomfortable with something, you've got to call it straight out. Hey, look, first of all, I don't have time to contact you in the day. I'm not comfortable with you contacting me this much. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Actually, it's going to give them a lot more. It's weird, they'll rarely be pissed off. They'll usually be like, I've actually had one girl who said, she was 21, the girl I was dating last summer, and she was doing this exact thing. I just said, look, like, first of all, just put her in a place. She said straight away, she just was like, oh my God, you're really turning me on. It's like the female brain, man. If you said that to a guy, the guy would be like, you'd be a bit pissed off. You'd be like, okay, fine, you got a point. Whereas a girl, it's a crazy reaction. So yeah, that's where the game really, quote unquote, starts. But it's not game. It's just more straightforward, no bullshit approach to life. I'm still not the finished article. I know I'm still not the finished article with this. I was saying to one of the guys yesterday, I still feel like almost like a sense of guilt. So like, if I'm getting with someone, or I've been seeing someone, and I'm actually not sure about them, like they're attractive and stuff, but I realise on the back end it's like, there's a few things here, even with me behaving like in a correct way, there's just a few things I'm not sure I could take this to the full extent here. And I get a feeling of guilt. I'm like, it's just an emotional feeling. I know it's not rational, that like, I somehow owe the girl, because she's given her body to me, I somehow owe the girl, like, my whole life. It's fucked, as ridiculous as that sounds. I feel guilty for not offering that. I also feel guilty about the prospect of leaving someone. Here's the one. If that person is actually decent, if they've actually treated me well, for me, the prospect of leaving them, I feel like I'm abandoning like a good soldier. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm abandoning someone. It's really weird. If a girl behaves badly, like, or she just turns out to be a dickhead, I'd have zero, no fucks given at all. I don't care at all. It's when they're a good girl, but they're not right. That's when, for me, the guilt kicks in and the difficulty kicks in. So I'm talking aloud. I'm saying this stuff aloud. No, gracias. Está bien, gracias. I'm saying this stuff aloud, basically, just to hear myself say it. I imagine probably a couple of my 3 friends who watch these videos probably have similar issues, or at least some people do. And I personally think this. I've spoken to some guys about this tendency, and they're just like, what the fuck are you talking about, mate? They've got no concept of what I'm talking about, so it doesn't affect them. So I'm reluctant to say this is just some kind of natural biological thing that men feel protected and stuff. I think I experience it in an excess. It wouldn't be difficult for me to know where that comes from, to be honest, because I'm an older brother, and growing up and stuff like that. I probably had to be more protective than most people, to put it mildly. I think for me that's where that comes from, and it's not very healthy as an adult. I don't think it's a bad thing though. I think it's like, I do see it as a good quality in my character. Gracias. The sort of no man left behind thing. I think that's a good thing overall. But yeah, we're drifting on a little bit now, so I'm gonna leave the recording and go about my shopping.